Calum Smith is back as he wins his return fight against Galvan, who was 20 wins, 19 knockouts, and 14 defeats coming into the fight. Calum Smith's opponent, Galvan, did have power, but at the end of the day, Calum Smith showed he was levels above and did what he should have done, got the rounds in and got the knockout. So I think it's the perfect win for Calum Smith that he needed there. Get back active after that BF defeat, get some rounds in as well against, a durable opponent. But yeah, of course, end up finishing him, and that's what Calum Smith did. He was able to break Galvan down the whole fight and eventually get him out of there. And what's next for Calum Smith is the big question. I will get on to it. We're just going to break down the fight first. It was basically Calum Smith really wanting to fight really nicely on the inside. We saw some very good inside work from Calum Smith, as he was also mixing up his shots very well from head to body to head. He's mixing up his shots very well. The liver shots were deadly from Calum Smith. I thought the left hook, the lead hook from Calum Smith was very dangerous the whole time. We know how good he is with that. And yeah, it looked like Calum Smith wanted Galvan to come to him and that way, try and put him on the ropes, but then Smith would try and do well up against the ropes and come back and try and find a few openings. And he did catch Galvan a good few times. Smith was very smart defensively, very good defensively as well. Didn't really get hit with anything stupid at all. And, had that very good tight guard, wasn't open to the head, wasn't open to the body, and, let Galvan come and take the fight to him, but then catch him with some good counters on the back foot up against the ropes. And the first knockdown from Calum Smith came from when he was being back. Well, he let Galvan back him up, picked a few shots to the body, picked a few shots to the head, but then found the right way to found the right punch to get that left hand going right onto the chin, then goes right up again to the temple very quickly, and Calum Smith dropped Galvan. Then of course ended up finishing him in the fifth, body shot first, and then obviously did end up stopping him again, dropping him again, and that was it. But yeah, Calum Smith knew he could hurt him from headshots and body shots as well. So it was just a good overall performance from Calum Smith. Got the rounds in. Didn't really use his jab too much, Calum Smith, in that fight, but I don't think that was the plan. I think he clearly wanted to try and fight nicely on the inside. And it is actually one of his best attributes, in my opinion. I think it's very underrated. He's got those very long arms, so Smith can fight well at range as well, but we didn't really see that from him today. He let Galvan back him up, and Calum Smith came over, found the right answers, and with the experience Calum Smith has got, he just completely outsmarted Galvan in that fight, and Galvan kept on doing the same thing over and over again, and just kept falling for the traps of Calum Smith that Calum Smith was setting for him. But yeah, I think, we saw a very nice punch selection from Calum Smith in that fight. So it was all good. Round 5 stoppage, got rounds in, and, just completely broken down nice and slowly and very patiently. And yeah, I did like the patient approach from Calum Smith. Take your time with it, pick the shots, and just stay calm in there, and that's what Calum Smith did. So yeah, perfect win for him. What's next for Calum Smith? It's interesting. I mean, I do think Calum Smith is going to want to try and build his way back up to like a Biev or a Bivol or something like that. Calum Smith's going to want to build himself back up. But I mean, what is next for him now is an interesting question. I mean, let's be real. This light heavyweight division is looking absolutely class right now, if I'm being honest. I mean, obviously you've got Beterbiev, Bivol, top guys. You've got David Benavidez now. You've got David Morrell. They're going at it. Buatsi, Calum Smith, I think that's a very good, interesting fight that we could see down the line. But, I mean, you've also got Anthony Yarde in that mix as well with Joshua Buatsi, but also he is a possible opponent for Calum Smith to fight as well. I mean, you never know. Alexander Govstik's an interesting one for Calum Smith, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind seeing that. for Calum Smith, and then he could fight Alexander Govstick, beat him, and then possibly go for a Yarde or Buatsi, and then you never know, try and challenge for a title again. That's what I think he should do. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me though if Calum Smith goes and they can't. Goes again against, a lower level guy, like a foreign guy with a winning record who's unbeaten. But, we don't really know too much about him, and it's someone that Calum Smith's levels above. It wouldn't surprise me if we see that from Calum Smith next, in my opinion. There's some interesting ones. I mean, I really do think the Alexander Govstick one's possible. I mean, Jesse Hart's possibly one, but I'm not really too bothered about seeing that. I mean, it does look like Buatsi and Yarde are likely to fight next. So, I mean, but if that doesn't happen, then Smith's got to go in there with one of them, and I don't mind who it is. But yeah, Alexander Govstick, Jesse Hart, if it's not Buatsi or Yarde next, or he could do that and then fight the winner of Buatsi and Yarde, or he just fights Buatsi or Yarde, whatever suits best. I'm sure Eddie Hearn's got a plan for him, but it's going to be interesting to see with Calum Smith, in my opinion. It will be. I mean, can he try and be one of the top guys in the division again? I mean, he is, but can he really build his way back up? I mean, is it a matter of Calum Smith just wanting to take big fights now, or is he really trying to build himself back up for a world title? Because let's be real, it's going to be difficult. I mean, the four best guys in the division are Beterbiev, Bivol, Benavidez, and Morel. They are the top four in the division. Then you've got, Calum Smith, who is slightly out there. But it's going to be interesting. I think Calum Smith's an interesting one. Let's see what's next for him. I think, I reckon Matru might want to do a homecoming for him. And then against, Govstick or Jesse Hart, I just see it happening. And then, possibly something else. Because you've got Beterbiev, Bivol rematching, Benavidez, Morel going at it, Buatsi and Yarde looking to go at it now. Then you've got Calum Smith in the mix with Govstick and Jesse Hart. And, they're tough fights for Calum Smith. They can definitely trouble Calum Smith. Govstick, at this point in his career, I would expect Calum Smith to win. And I do think that Calum Smith's a few levels above Jesse Hart, in my opinion. So, but I do think they are good fights for Calum Smith. But Calum Smith back. Let's see what's next. Anyway, thanks for watching.